Dude, that was extreme.
That's the perfect word for it.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Movieclips' 31 Days of Halloween. Today we are reviewing Three Extremes. What did you think of Three Extremes?
I thought it was excellent. I'm not a huge horror fan, but I really like foreign films, and I think this was excellent.
Okay.
And my favorite was definitely Cut.
Cut, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll reveal my favorite at the end, so we have one recommendation at the beginning, one at the end.
Okay.
Let's go through this because, I mean, as the title suggests, these are three extremes. These are, I would say, pretty graphic in terms of content.
Oh, yeah.
Horror films. So maybe not for the squeamish.
Yeah.
And
just so everyone knows, it's an anthology film by three directors from different countries. So it's a great sampling of different countries.
Yeah. All from the Far East.
Right.
So, I mean, it's great if you want to explore that region's cinema,
so
if you haven't before.
I think they have Japanese, Korean, and Chinese.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So first up is Fruit Chan's Dumplings. This is the representative of China. And it's a very unique story about an actress who wants to look younger. And that's something that's really big in Asia.
Oh yeah, and it's also there's a feature version of this too.
Yeah.
Which is it's basically an additional part to the short. But yeah, it's kind of creepy and really if you're squeamish at times, it's a little gross. Not gory, but really. Yeah.
This might be the most disturbing of the bunch, actually, because of what it deals with. We will tease some of the concepts. We're not going to go into and full on reveal what happens at the end because chances are a lot of you haven't seen the Three Extremes, and I think we both recommend you do so.
Yeah.
Three Extremes basically. Should we give it away a little bit? I mean, it's dumplings essentially, but what the dumplings are made of. It's aborted fetuses.
It is, and I don't think I've ever seen a film that had anything quite like this.
Yeah.
And just the sound effects alone is a great technique.
Yeah, I mean, we get the sounds of the preparation and then the consumption of those.
And the color.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's really gross and creepy.
It's very vivid.
This would never be made in America.
Not a chance.
It's too controversial, but luckily it's made on this one because I think it's very good.
And there's some truth to this subject matter, actually. In Guangdong province in southern China, this is actually seen as a delicacy, and it actually has some health effects. So, that's enough about dumplings.
Yeah.
Your favorite, Cut.
Oh, yeah.
This is Park Chan-wook's entry.
This is the guy who did Old Boy. He did... Thirst, which is one of my favorite vampire films. I would highly suggest that one.
Same here.
And a lot of other great ones.
He did the Vengeance trilogy, and this is a revenge story as well. That seems to be something he likes exploring in his stories.
And it's really interesting because there's a little bit of a movie within a movie aspect to it. And I think we were talking earlier, and you're saying that the set on the film set is a lot like the set that's really his house, which is kind of interesting.
There's a lot of life imitating art, imitating life going on here.
Well, it even starts with a vampire movie, which is what he made. So it's kind of a little autobiographic in a way.
Yeah, that's probably true. And I just really it's basically the story of a director who has some a lot of stuff going on in his personal life, and he goes home one night and there's an extra who was in all of his movies, who is there. He's got his wife tied up and everything, and it just gets bonkers from there.
Yeah, I think you never, it's the whole idea of the quiet neighbor you never expect. It's the same idea of you never even know who this person is, and he's harvesting this revenge on you.
Yeah, and in true South Korea fashion, there's a lot of dark comedy involved as well.
Yeah, it was a really interesting, because it's very horrific, and this one is very violent, but there's this weird, some farcical comedy in it too.
Yeah, there's a song and dance number, which I recommend as well. Okay, let's quickly go through this last one, box, which is Takeshi Miike. I mean, he's a very famous and renowned cult filmmaker. I mean, he's done a lot of extreme Yakuza pictures. Lately, he's been getting into samurai flicks, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Box?
Really creepy. It's a lot like other Japanese films I've seen, like what is it,
Ju-on, the grudge stuff.
They kind of remind me of that, but a lot more stylistic. It takes place in like a circus. It's very cool setting.
Yeah.
Very another one that would never ever be made in America because there's a lot of like very I don't want to give too much away, but there's a lot of things that taboo situations.
Yeah, taboo relationships going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a slow burn of a film. I actually would have put this maybe the first of the three extremes because after you've seen the first two, this one feels kind of like the pace is really off there.
Cut's kind of like more the finale film. If I were to order it, because it's the most extreme of the three extremes.
Yeah. And Cut, I'll just go ahead and say that's my favorite of the three as well. So there you go. That's the three extremes. It was streaming on Netflix. Unfortunately, it's not anymore. But we both still highly encourage you to seek it out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Get it on Netflix.
Yeah. So check back tomorrow to see what film we're reviewing next for 31 Days of Halloween. I'm JS.
I'm Jeremy.
Take care.
Oh,